everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob, and I just have one thing to say. Let's go, Mets. I don't know if you realize, but it is 8:43 here on the East Coast. The Mets just defeated the Philadelphia Phillies in the division series of Major League Baseball's postseason. As you all know, I'm a big Mets fan, and tonight we're not late, honestly, really. What is it, 8:43 right now? We're not late.
Totally normal.
I definitely wasn't waiting until the last pitch of the Mets game to jump on to Zoom. Definitely wasn't.
Shameful.
So, but we've got a tremendous night ahead of you. This is going to be a wild one, I can tell you. Just like the Mets, it's going to be a wild one. And we've got, of course, CJ, Andrew, Dasha, Michelle, and Randall here again to reprise their iconic roles for Vecna, Eve of Ruin. And I'll be your dungeon master for tonight. Today's going to be, like I said, I feel like it's going to be a really monumental episode in this series, and hold on tight. But before we jump into that, I do have a couple of other announcements. One, not so important, but I had a weight on my shoulders all for years now, it feels like. So I have not finished my Descent into Avernus guide series. I was close. I'm really close to it. And I just, life got in the way and work and all these games and things like that. So it ended up kind of going on the back burner, but I just finished editing the last video that I recorded a year ago. So there you go. I recorded it and finally got to editing it, finished the editing, posted it over the weekend. It's out. We have one more video to go in the series, how to finish your series, how to finish your campaign. So I am deciding on the format for that. I think I might even want to do a live stream where if anybody still is playing, I know there's a lot of people reaching out after that one dropped over the weekend where they're like, thank God I'm getting to this point in the campaign. D&D takes a long time. So even though it's been years, some people are still playing the game. So I might do a live stream where I talk about it all and then maybe chop it all up after that. Not 100% sure, but if you're still someone who came here for Descent into Avernus, I am going to finish that guide series, and then it's on to the next. I felt good finishing it. It was like getting, I don't know, it just felt like, checking things off the to-do list, and I felt good. So my question to you is, what's the most recent thing you checked off your to-do list? We're going to start with CJ. CJ, it's definitely finishing dinner, isn't it?
It is finishing dinner. It is finally getting a chance to eat. It is, as you said, 8:45 here on the East Coast.
What's going on?
So
what's going on?
Finally,
is everything all right?
Getting around to having dinner. Everything's fine. I just had a long day. I didn't really get to anything right after work. Took a little bit of a nap. Nap went a bit longer than I intended. So having dinner right now.
The whole midday nap. Yeah.
Yep. I apologize to everyone who has to kind of see me eating off to the side over here.
It's okay. They can't see it anyway because it's the dungeon in the background.
Yeah, the dungeon in the background. It's delicious dungeon food.
But I don't mean to put CJ on the spot unless you know, CJ. What's something you got off your to-do list?
Man, I don't know. This is gonna sound weird but I had a bunch of wood that I got from my uncle, but it's all
really rough.
It's a
family channel, CJ. It's a family channel here.
Thank you.
Family channel.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go on.
And I needed to mill it down to get actual usable material that I could construct with.
Ooh.
And I finally got around to slicing up this big giant block of cherry wood into some boards that I can now turn into something, which is now something that's on my bucket list, which is, what do I turn all of this wood that I milled into?
Comment down below. Give CJ some ideas.
I was thinking
tell him what to do with his milled uncle wood.
Yeah. Thank you for making that less awkward.
Nothing like some good old-fashioned hobby time. CJ, does this mean CJ might be making a return? A video might be coming
I don't know. Maybe.
We'll
I'll have to think about it.
Okay.
It's
Leave
very
CJ
tough.
some comments, please.
Those videos are about as hard to make as Descent to Avernus videos. So it might be another year or two.
Listen, I believe it. Great. Excellent. So CJ's getting some stuff out of the list. What about the rest of you? You slackers. Come on now.
Oh, is it a free-for-all?
It's a free for all. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go to somebody who I know probably got like 10 things off their to do list today. Dasha, what'd you get off your to do list?
Actually, like 10 things.
Mhm.
I'm that person that I have a daily planner and
I
a
knew it.
weekly planner actually, and on the
A
side there's
daily
just like
planner. Wow. Like a
there
student.
it's one of the moleskin ones that has like the week, and then on the other page is just like notebook, like lined paper, and I literally make myself a to-do list with check boxes, and I check them off as I go, and if I don't get something done, I cross it off and transfer it to the next week until I get it done. And so I'm a teacher, and we were proctoring some standardized testing today as we do, so I had some time to
Okay.
get some stuff done. And in particular, I'm going to say that recommendation letters. Some of my students are graduating and going to college, so I have a lot of rec letter requests. So getting that done and sent off and letting the students know that like they're all set felt pretty good today.
Good. That's a nice productive day. I love that. Love that.
It was. I also want to mention in the chat, speaking of Descent into Avernus, someone asked if there are videos of our campaign before episode 23, and there are not, unfortunately. I think that's the first one where we started.
I
think it was 23.
We might have recorded one episode. Didn't we record like a test episode though? And I didn't release it. Did I?
Ooh, unreleased content from Tabletop Bob? I don't think you released that one.
I'm gonna have to go deep into the archives on that one. But let me see, because I do have a storage drive on this computer. I'll have to double check. But I don't think I released. There is one thing I did not release. I know that for sure. But we'll look. We'll look.
Let
Andrew,
us
what
know if
about-
you want to see the unreleased episode.
Yeah,
Let us know in the chat.
it's probably terrible. That's probably we didn't release it. We'll see. Randall, no, I was about to say Andrew. Andrew, what are you
Oh,
getting off
me?
the to-do list? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, other than bedtime every night,
Mm.
kind of an odd one. I have a stone patio,
Oh.
and yeah, and getting ready for winter. I just put a nice layer of Thompson's water seal
Oh yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
over the stone to
Brought
try
to you
and
by
keep it in
Thompson's.
good shape.
You're
Yes.
gonna brought to you by
not
Thompson.
a sponsor, by the way, not a sponsor.
You're gonna
You,
thank
you went out there and
yourself
bought that
later.
with your own money.
That's right. You're gonna thank yourself later. I can tell you that for sure. That water seal is good. Okay, that's some good outdoor to-do list stuff. Good, I like it. Michelle, what about you? What's on your to-do list?
Well, first, I want to say, Dasha, I love your description of your planner because, like, literally, I have the same exact thing, except I hand draw mine on like a dot grid. So, like, yeah, the weak side and the blank side.
Wow.
It's my jam.
I love that. And mine is the same color, green.
Very
Wow.
nice, very nice. Great minds, great minds.
Exactly.
Wow.
But yes, so I guess much less adulting oriented than the rest of you. Something that I've done recently is, I don't know if any of you know of the game called Stardew Valley. It's like a farming management sim. And it's just like a cozy game,
I love
not
farming.
exhilarating. Yeah, well, there you go. So Stardew Valley, it's a cute little game. And I started it back in 2020. But back in 2020, I was too scared to do like the mining combat part of the game. I was like, oh no, it's too scary. I'm gonna die. I'm not even gonna try. So like there was a massive portion of the game that I left completely unexplored. And then I took like a 2-year hiatus from the game. And then recently I picked it up again. And I was like, let me try the thing that was too scary 4 years ago. And this time around, I was brave. And I went through the whole section and I beat it. And I was very proud of myself. And it's not nearly as, like productive as water sealing my stone patio. But still, I felt accomplished.
No, that's
So-
important. And this episode's brought to you by Stardew Valley. So thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Stardew Valley and Thompson's. Take
Thompson's
notes, folks.
water seal.
Mhm.
Wow, good. And Randall.
Yeah, I might as well get in here. I am not someone who has a planner. I feel like I got like a quarter of the type A gene because like I really like making planners, but then once it comes time to use them, I just don't. So I don't really know in terms of a checklist. But I'll go up. Michelle, you actually made me think of one because it was also video game related, because really the only game I'm playing right now is Elden Ring. And I kind of just putz around most of the time. And I finally forced myself to actually fight one of the end bosses for an area, and I was like, huh, okay, I guess I can progress in this game. as
Isn't
well
that
as
game
just
pretty deadly?
run around.
Like just putzing
Oh,
around
yeah.
would be like not a great idea. You'd probably get killed all the time.
I mean, no, if you putz around enough, I mean, look at Jar Jar. Jar Jar
That's true.
is always putzing.
That's true.
He makes it through it all.
Good
Yeah.
point. Good point. All right, so we got a couple of video game related to-do list checks off the list. We got a real like responsible, backyard patio sealer check off the list. Some teacher to-do lists done, and then of course CJ's got his wood. So we had a great, really just a great round for this question. Great question. And speaking of great questions, yes, CJ, this weekend is the Battle for Salvation Grand Tournament, the Warhammer 40K Grand Tournament. I've announced this a million times, it feels like now, but we have a big tournament at the Palisades Mall here in New York, which is also the setting of where CJ played in the End of the World RPG, of course. That was pretty cool. So we'll be back for the Battle for Salvation this year, and I'll post pictures, and oh, look at this! Space Marine! Look at
Copyright.
this guy.
Copyright.
Yeah. It's so great.
Quick,
CJ.
someone blur him.
We all know CJ is such a big Warhammer 40K fan, so
I'm a huge Warhammer fan. I love, measuring distances that my troops can travel.
of course, Andrew is actually the only person on this panel that currently plays Warhammer. Well, actually, I don't even know. Do you currently play Warhammer, Andrew?
Got my melt-a-gun,
That's a
Define
bolter.
currently.
my bolt pistol.
That's a
whatever
bolt
this is.
pistol. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got my bolt pistol. I've got my helmet.
Fair enough. I know Randall's
More
dabbled a little bit in 40K
Ready
as
for the
well.
battle for salvation.
Look at that. You could play like that, CJ. Honestly. Why don't
I actually really encourage you. You should play like that
Yeah.
tonight.
Dasha, we should have had
you want me to
CJ
play
on for
Warhammer?
the Warhammer Wrath and Glory game. That would have been a perfect costume.
I think so. Yeah.
Dang. By the way, if you like Warhammer, check out our Warhammer Wrath and Glory live play. That was a lot of fun to see Joey and Chris and Andrew act a fool, and then Dasha be the adult in the room. It was great. It was great. What'd you play, Dasha? What'd you play again?
I do not remember what they're called, to be honest. I think I accumulated a lot of Warhammer knowledge, and then it all immediately left my
Oh,
brain.
I remember.
But it was like the
you were,
only female character that was available.
You were a sister of battle.
I was a sister of that. That's right. Thank you.
I had been waiting. I just want to call out Games Workshop, because the entire time I played Warhammer, I kept asking about Sisters of Battle, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, they don't have a book. Like they don't no one plays them. They haven't had an update in like a decade." And then literal months after I stopped playing, they got their first update in like half a decade and became like the coolest one. And I was like, what the hell? Like that was the only army that I really wanted to play, because it felt like somewhat more down to earth Space Marines. And like I thought it was really cool. But
they are. And the old models were great. I really love them. I don't know about you, Andrew. I know you played for a long time. I love the old Sisters of Battle, but the new ones, they're very good looking. They're sleek. They're the update's always good for an army. It's always good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they've come out a really good looking models for all the armies.
Yeah, nowadays especially. So, but we are having a big tournament at the mall. I'll be posting all weekend long on both the Battle for Salvation social media sites and Tabletop Bob. So if you want to check out and keep up to what I'm doing this weekend, you can check the links down below in the description and look at my Instagram, Discord as well. Of course, Discord's great because it keeps you updated on all things going on here. So keep clicking those links. Make sure you subscribe, all the good stuff, right, CJ?
Yes, all the good things. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications on all the upcoming videos. Like when the next,
Avernus guide.
Avernus video drops. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And make sure to buy Thompson's.
Thank you. We got
all
to
your
remember.
sealing of your patios.
And check out Stardew Valley.
And Stardew Valley. Yes, great job. Great intro.
Notebooks.
Great intro
Moleskin
today.
planners, of course.
Moleskin.
Maybe
oh,
while you're at it.
Yeah. Also sponsored by Moleskin.
How did we not get Moleskin in here? Yeah.
The foundation of every Barnes and Noble.
It's true. Really. Love it. Love it. Love this conversation. So today, everybody, we are going to play some Vecna, Eve of Ruin. And last time we played, the heroes continued further down into the Never-Death catacombs here. This Hallex mausoleum. You found it's really more of a complex that the cult of Vecna has been using for whatever nefarious means that they want. Randall, Quentin, has been a prisoner here for weeks, and he knows very little about exactly what's going on here, but it seems that the cult is planning a deadly ritual. So we're going to try to stop this ritual, and we're picking it right where we left off. Let's switch over to our Roll20 screen and get us underway here. And as always, if you are listening, let me know about the audio, because sometimes audio tracks are louder than others, and it's always hard to pay attention to that, so let me know. Here it is. Okay. Do you see your characters?
No.
No,
Awesome.
I still see the cover screen. Oh, I mean, I see a token, but I'm still on the cover screen.
I have a
Let's,
very large token.
Let's reload this. Maybe that's what it
In the
needs.
cover screen.
Also, I
There was no on the
own
cover
the
screen.
book. I haven't read it, obviously, because I'm playing it, but I have been calling it Eye of Ruin the entire time. Every single time I've typed it out, spoken
Ruin.
it, always done Eye of Ruin. Not until today have I realized that it's Eve.
Really? Even though we've said it online?
Even though we've said it many
Interesting.
times.
Boy, that's amazing.
I
Randall
fully
was just
know
like, they're
I'm
all mispronouncing it. They're all
yeah,
mispronouncing
yeah.
it.
We'll
I
fix
was
that.
just assuming everybody. It really is just me calling myself out for my attention span, I guess.
I love
Not-
thinking about how you justified that in your head, like, oh, it's a accent difference or something. Eve,
Must be a cultural thing.
I noticed you writing Eye of Ruin, but I was like, it's probably autocorrect. It's a
Nope.
typo. He has to know.
Nope.
Let's see if this will work now. I had to just restart it because no. What am I doing wrong?
I think it's
I know.
actually supposed to be I, and now that we've said it too much,
No,
it's
no,
they
no. I'm in.
know.
It's a
Oh.
user error, everybody. User error here. Yeah.
it's like the Mandela effect.
That
Like
yeah, 100%, 100%.
No,
User
Because
error.
like, I've also done I've done like homebrew stuff with Vecna, which sounds much more not so innocuous.
it totally says Eye of Ruin now.
It does say
Eye
Eye
of
of Ruin,
Ruin.
but then it was
You
censored.
put so much effort to type it out. I was just gonna add a white line to the bottom of the V.
Yeah.
So much effort, CJ.
It was simply a work harder, not smarter moment there.
Of course, the people couldn't see what you were doing because I was trying to fix it, but this is what the group is up to here. Just
Yeah.
vandalizing the front page, as always. So, there we
It's
go.
okay. We won't pay for that at all later.
See, now it's legally distinct. So
All right, here we go. So we're in the Never-Death catacombs, and this is the point where the group has to make a decision. Where to? You just defeated a bunch of cult members, invisible cult members, in this sort of mess hall room. You have a door to the north, you have a door to the west, and then you also have a door to the south. You've checked most of them, or at least glanced into each of them. Is there anything you want me to repeat, or some things you don't remember? Is there anything here?
Where are the jokers? Are they to the left of me and jokers to the right? Just
Yep.
like the door to the north and the door to
Yep,
the south?
exactly.
And
They're stuck
where
in the
did
middle
you-
with you.
I think
Okay.
you told us where the ritual
Yeah.
was happening last time. You want to just let us know that again?
Oh yeah, sure. It's happening. Wait a minute.
sorry,
I have
I think last time you told us all of Vecna's weaknesses.
Yes.
I have a list here. Can you just sign them off just so I
Verify.
can confirm?
I can. He's weak to mundane, normal, simple weapons, quarterstaffs, daggers.
Okay.
Those will do the
Oh,
most
well.
damage to him. Yeah.
I got
Bludgeoning.
this. I got this covered.
Exclusively
Yeah.
cheese knives.
I think mold earth does a number on him. The cantrip. I think that one does a lot. but we'll see.
How about some milled cherry wood?
That's
Milk,
Michelle.
that's a strong cantrip. I don't even know if that's a
Mhm.
cantrip anymore.
Nice. All right. We need some uncle wood up in this piece.
So Uncle Wood, that is Vecna's weakness. Uncle,
That's a
milled
ninth level.
Uncle Wood.
That's-
Yep.
Uncle Wood.
Mhm. Yep.
I don't really
Um,
like how everyone's talking about my cantrips right now.
Yeah.
Hey, I got cantrips too. But
So-
one of them is just heckling. So,
So where to? It's called cutting words. That's what it is. Where
um,
to?
What was in this door? Did I open this door?
we didn't
and there
really
was-
check that room.
Yeah.
I
you-
wanted to do a check. If I'm assuming Aurelial has spent time like scouting this area, observing before she went into the graveyard. Would she have any idea of the layout of this mausoleum, like from the outside? And would she maybe know if there's like an area that kind of goes on for a longer
n-
time?
No, because any research that you would have seen would have showed you that the mausoleum just has like the burial chamber. It wouldn't have been. This wouldn't have been
Gotcha.
inside any formal records or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I wanna remind the group. I think the ritual was the loudest from the room that we came from, but the hole in the wall.
That's because of the pipes. You heard it through the pipes.
Yeah.
No, the room before this, we had an option to go down a crack in the wall of
Yes.
the southern part of the room,
That is
Yes,
correct.
that is true.
back east.
We also saw movement down there.
Yeah.
We were-
I mean, it's a question now. Oh, sorry. This actually should be in character. It's a question now of, do we want to prioritize the actual, ritual, which we don't really understand yet, or getting the prisoners out, which may be involved in the ritual? Also, I will say, I do really need my stuff. I know that sounds not that important, but I am much more effective with all of my things. So, not a priority for everyone, a priority for me, but just saying it would be helpful. But prisoners or ritual, I mean, that's sort of where I'm weighing, but I imagine that they probably are linked in some way.
CJ, I
Hi.
will describe
Edmund
this room though.
Brycene.
Sorry, CJ,
Hi.
I messed your
Oh,
whole intro up.
I'm
Go ahead.
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I, Edmund Brycene, friend to elf and man. Wink, in case I didn't introduce myself yet.
This is the fourth one.
This is it. I think perhaps if we look for the prisoners, and they may also have information about the ritual that's been going on. Perhaps some of them know more than we do. And through our scouting, we will be able to uncover more before we traipse into a place that we can not understand. It'd be terrible to just saunter in somewhere and become attacked unaware.
Yeah, I don't want to keep walking into rooms where invisible dudes come out and attack my precious Dobby. Bear's gonna go over and like inspect Dobby for wounds.
I
Covered
fear
head
that
to toe.
if the ritual has begun, I fear that the prisoners are probably involved. The documents we found
Yes.
indicate that the secrets of the prisoners shall be used as a sacrifice, and I don't know if we'll find them in any alive state.
My theory here is, so I don't think that the ritual is at the point of the culmination of whatever it's doing. I think it is approaching that. We know that the ritual has apparently already started. If the chanting we heard was the ritual, that started before we even got in here, and we know that many of these people were actually quite important to this cult. They wouldn't be here if the ritual was near completion over there. So I think that it's winding its way up. So if we need to press on, but I think that maybe we can find the prisoners before they get into immediate peril.
Let's move then.
All right.
And I'll just describe this room that you asked before. I think this side room to the left. I described it very briefly, I think, when Bear went into this room to search for the invisible creatures that were these cult members that you fought. And it looks like this is a bedroom. There are bones in nooks around the wall, like maybe like an ossuary room where they would have been displayed but have been kind of like pushed aside. You also see that there are four, they're like cots, narrow cots that lie across the northern wall. There were blankets and things like that. Looks like maybe they were people sleeping here. Maybe the two assailants were sleeping in this room. And then to the south, you can see, if you just move your token in, CJ. To the south, you can see that there was a what looks like some sort of a secret door. They opened, and
that's right.
yeah, I think Bear saw this. The door opened, and footsteps came by Bear, but there was nobody, nobody in the room. So you assume they were invisible.
And if I go to inspect this hidden chamber,
Sure.
this just like a linen closet or like a.
It doesn't look like a closet. It looks like just like a small 10-foot by 5-foot room. It's bare, empty. There's nothing in it, but it looks like maybe it's a hiding place, maybe a safe room.
Okay.
And I see Randall Quentin is going down below.
Yeah, just doing a quick once over. I also don't remember, because I think you deleted them once they died, where the bodies of the other two like more important cultists were. I know one died right here. I don't remember the other one died. I do want to just make sure there's nothing on them of import. I know that I'm pretty sure we got the keys off Ox 2.
You did.
So yeah, so I think we already searched him, but I don't think we searched the other two.
No, the others didn't have much. In fact, it looks like they were maybe sleeping. They weren't wearing armor. They didn't have weapons. They just grabbed their spell components and tried to fight you, basically.
I would like to get their spell components, because that would actually open up a few spells for me so that I can do material spells.
Sure, and I'm sure you can find spell books of these individuals, so I'll send that to you a little later.
Awesome.
Nothing probably that exciting, but inflict wounds, hold person, things like that.
Hey, good stuff. And then I'll just do a quick like second pass at this room, because I know we got pulled out of it very quickly. So I just want to do another sort of once over on this one. I'll just do an investigation, perception.
Go for it. You can give me. What do you look at? You just glancing around the room?
No, I mean, I'll do like a walkthrough of it, but yeah, I just want to make sure we haven't missed anything important, anything.
Sure.
Like
and CJ, did you want
passages.
to look for something in the other room as well? Were you specifically looking into something? I didn't want to cut you off.
No, no. Yeah, it's just like another, sleeping
Yeah, it looks
chamber,
like some
bed
sort of a
chamber,
safe
just-
room, like it's a
this is
a
safe room,
sliding.
and these were just cots or
Yeah, they
beds.
look like they've been used recently.
Yeah. I guess I'll search the beds, see if anybody's hiding any money under their mattresses or important documents. Give them a little look.
You don't. You see, you find you find bathrobes actually.
Ooh.
I mean, they're nothing. They're very common clothes, but you can take them.
No, I'm good. I know a goblin who would love to take them, but
I'm sure.
Edmund Brycene has nothing to do with goblins.
No. Randall, give me
Disgusting.
your perception check in this room.
Oh, it's perception, not investigation.
Unless you're going to figure out how something in here works. No, I'd say perception if you're just scanning.
Okay.
Yeah.
11.
No, I mean you do notice though that the this is a kitchen, right? We talked about it. It was kind of like converted into a kitchen.
Yeah.
The coffins, you look in them, you find a bunch of different platters of food, fruit, nuts, meat, things like that.
Inside the coffins?
Yep, but they look like they've been thoroughly cleaned. Okay, Lysoled and everything. So perfectly fine to eat.
Is all the furniture in here movable?
Yes, there are 2 coffins, and this is a little. The water runs into this little basin here from the pipes.
Okay.
Mhm.
I just want to pull each of the pieces of furniture just like 6 inches off the wall.
Yeah, you
make
do.
sure nothing is being hidden behind or like concealing something.
Nothing. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that would be sufficient for Quentin. So he would go back up, and then since we've already searched the bodies, he would just go to the door and just say, "I'm ready whenever you are."
Ready? Should I open it?
Bear's just gonna step in front of Dobby real quick.
Aha, yes, thank you.
Oh, and actually,
Bear-
how is Dobby looking in terms of health?
I am 20 current hit points out of 50.
I'm gonna heal you. I'm gonna throw just a first level and see how we roll there.
I took a cone of cold or something right to the face.
Okay, so that's 7 HP. I'll throw a second first level to you.
Bear looks at Quentin with his eyes shining in admiration and approval.
So that's 17 HP to you total.
All right.
He
I'm
as he heals and sees Bear, just gives a wink to Bear, and goes to the door.
The door opens, and you see steps that lead down further into the complex. You don't remember any of this, Quentin, but you do know that the complex is kind of like a maze, so it feels like, at any moment you might be able to remember something. But right now, your mind is a little blank.
Just because I remember before you told me, I remembered being brought, though blindfolded, through the cafeteria, like the sort of canteen area.
This room, the mess room, exactly, the one you've been in.
And I don't have any memory of going down more stairs after that?
No. Most of the time when you were being transported, you were like somewhat unconscious. If you were conscious, they did blindfold you and other prisoners. You knew that.
Okay.
So they would most likely try to keep the complex a mystery to everybody. But there were places if you recognize a place, I will tell you. 100% would know the place. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Would I have, and I think that Quentin, if he was blinded, he would have definitely been going off sound, knowing that there are spaces where there's like running water
Sure.
and sound traveling. I think he would try to use those as anchor points for like memories of sound, just for.
I think we can make intelligence checks or wisdom checks, insight or something, if it calls for it. Yep.
100%.
All right. So what's the marching order here? Bear in front.
Yeah, in front or just anywhere in front of Dobby. If someone else wants to go first, that's fine. But yeah, Bear's just gonna be in front of
How are
Dobby.
you looking, Bear? Are you feeling all right?
Okay. 60 out of 85.
Mhm.
Oh yes, you're quite good, hale and hearty.
That's right. Bear puffs up his little gnome chest.
All right. Well, I don't mind going first, honestly. Why don't you keep close to Dobby, and I don't mind being in the front. At least, if we're spotted, they will recognize me, and maybe I can delay arrows.
So Quentin, Bear, Dobby in the middle.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Edmund and Eroviel in the back.
I'll go last, also making sure no one comes up on us from behind.
Okay, great. Move your
Edmund is
tokens, and I will tell you.
distracting
Sorry, Edmund. Go ahead.
Edmund is distracting Eroviel, talking about. So you were involved in that whole thing out in with did you say you were in Avernus?
She responds to you with just like one word answers, like yes, no, we didn't. Yes.
And it was. That whole thing is kind of inspirational about why I moved to the north. It's very, very intriguing.
Why?
Let's say.
Yeah, why?
Well, I heard all about these adventures that were being had, and people going to hell down here in the south, and I was like, I've got to get out of here. So I headed up north.
Oh, look at this.
So you ran, like a
Not
coward.
run.
Yeah.
I found more adventure up north.
Oh, I love this.
Does
Okay.
this conversation carry up to the front of the group?
Yeah, I'm really, because I know what I can see, and
I'm itching to say something here.
Go ahead, Dobby.
I just want to I think if can he actually see?
Yes.
What
Yes.
I think immediately I throw up a minor illusion of a wall
Mhm.
right here.
Okay, let me describe what you see, because the players don't know what you see, and neither do the audience members. So here we go. You move down the stairs, and as soon as you get to the bottom, the bottom of the steps, you look to your right, and you can see and hear two creatures, two ghouls. They're kind of like shuffling about, it looks like, but is it possible? They're tidying up books on bookshelves. They are tidying up books on bookshelves. And you do remember at some point being in a library. They don't look like they are completely mindless, but they are definitely performing their task with the effervescence of a ghoul.
Would I know if a ghoul would be able to how well they can recognize someone, or if they can be easily deceived, or if they actually would recognize someone by face?
They would probably recognize you.
They would recognize me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a wall, a illusory wall here.
Yes.
There is a door. So there's a couple of other things here. In this hallway, it's a long hallway that spans left to right from your perspective. There are doors, two of them to the north, one to your right, one to your left. Just about 20 feet down, there's another door on your left. All the way down to the left, about 30 feet, there is another door, literally just at the end, at the dead end. And it looks as though it's at that point where the hallway turns a sharp 90-degree left. For the right side, again, like I said, there's that immediate door on the right. It is on, if you were to face it, though, it would be on your left-hand side. Again, it's the northern side of the wall. But then it's the open library. And there's books upon shelves, and the two ghouls trying to put things together. They don't seem to notice you. And your illusory wall is now up. It's only 5 feet high, though. It's minor illusion, right?
Oh, yeah. It would only be 5 feet high.
Okay. So maybe it looks as though it's like a small wall, like a hurdle, and you're crouched down below it.
Yeah. I
So
could
now
try
the
to
only
do
question-
some forced perspective, maybe.
Yeah, it could be forced
Like,
perspective. Yep.
bend
Movie
it.
magic.
Now the only question is, how loud is Edmund Brycine talking?
Yeah, that's the big one, because it's an illusory wall. It doesn't stop any sound.
Edmund, you are an experienced adventurer. You've fought in the halls of Yithrin.
Yeah.
Are you speaking loudly or quietly?
No, I'm like intrigued by Eroviel's mentioning of being in Avernus, and I'm whispering to her because I'm like, you really were in Avernus? What was that like? I heard many people that came back were changed forever by the things and the horrors they saw there. That whole city was swallowed up by the other. What could that have? That whole thing must have changed you in some way.
When he says the thing about people who returned were changed forever, she will visibly look uncomfortable and kind of shrug and say, be quiet, let's just keep a move on.
And at this point, you see Randall at the bottom of the steps, or Quentin at the bottom of the steps,
Oh.
create an illusory wall to his right.
How'd I get there? The
Quentin
illusory fourth wall.
throws up that wall. Yeah.
I throw it up and I just look and like with one hand throwing it up and just look back and just. And I just kind of gesture in the direction where they are and just kind of gesture to go left.
Sure. Okay. Move your tokens where you'd like to go. I'm going to put the illusory wall there for now.
Okay. It lasts, I think, only a minute. Yeah, it's a
Does
minute.
it?
Yeah, it's not concentration, but it
Gotcha.
lasts a minute.
Okay. Go for it. Move your token. All right. So you go down the hallway, and there are, to the left, like I said, now you're heading left, you're heading west. There is a door immediately to your right, a door about 10 more feet to your left, and then a door at the end of the hallway. And What's your passive perception, Randall?
Passive perception is just 12. Passive investigation is 15.
You hear footsteps coming from the other hallway.
Coming from this way?
Yep, the bend up in the hallway. Slow footsteps, like one step, then almost like a shuffle, and then another step. Booted foot sounds. Boot sounds? Booted sounds.
Footfalls.
Would I
Footfalls.
recognize the sound at all? I know there's someone in this facility that sort of didn't belong, and I'm wondering if that might be them, if you know who I'm talking about.
It might be.
Okay. I'm going to just out of an abundance of caution cast Prestidigitation to create a basically like make it look like the inner of my palm has been carved with the symbol of the cult.
Okay.
Like look like it is a fresh like carved or branded wound on the palm of my hand. And I'm gonna go further down.
You approach the end of the hallway, and surprisingly, a cultist shuffles from around the corner. This cultist bears a vacant expression and moves slowly. You can see it's a woman. You do recognize her, but I don't think it's the person you were just referring to.
Yeah.
This woman's name, you've heard her called Raina before. Raina. You've seen her, and she's had lively expression before. In fact, almost feisty. She is, like I said, a vacant stare looking down at you.
Without skipping a beat, I'm going to immediately cast Suggestion with a bonus action, Unsettling Words, and just say, you need to bring us to where the prisoners are being kept right now.
The
so
spell
she needs to
automatically
make a
fails.
wisdom save
The
minus a
spell-
d10.
The spell automatically fails. And
Automatically fails?
automatically fails. Give me an insight check.
Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. Oh, it's almost. It's a 14.
She may not have any mind to work with. This seems to just fall completely flat, as if she's not even really a target of the spell.
Oh, okay. But I know that she is a cultist.
Yes,
Here.
and you've seen her before.
Okay.
When she gets to the end of the hallway and sees you, she kind of just turns around and slowly moves, very slow. She moves like 5 or 10 feet per round away from you.
Okay.
Is she alive? Is she undead?
I don't think entirely, no.
Did she see us?
Yes,
may want
but
to-
also
We may
no.
want to take care of that.
If she has anything to take care of, I promise you, I would have felt it. What? We know that nothing is going to come from that.
She said.
CJ, your mic's
No,
coming in
she-
a little low.
I
was
I
whispering.
couldn't even hear it,
Oh.
but reading the lips, no, she actually did not say anything. I'm just. Why don't we check these doors, because we know that nothing is going to come from that direction other than that brainless cultist. So we have a moment where we can check these doors without worrying.
What's behind that wall?
Undead. That's not a real wall.
Randall, the door in front of Quentin recognizes some of the arcane runes that were on your prison cell.
On this one or the one beside him?
This one.
Gotcha. So I would recognize it as magically dampening.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna gesture to that one. That may be a cell. Magic is not going to work inside it, though. So, Bear and Erovial, you're going to be most effective. And yes, that was a purposeful exclusion of someone.
He really doesn't like you, Dobby.
Bear is gonna take out his axe and like
Yes.
heft it at the ready.
He must
I've
be
got my
talking
bow
about
out.
me.
I'm going to go down here. Wow, there's a lot of hallway.
Yeah, so
Um,
once you get to the end, you can see a very long hallway. It leads all the way down to a door at the end. It's about 70 feet, I think.
Okay.
60 feet, maybe? Let me just double check. It is 70 feet down.
I-
Yes,
Go
and
ahead.
you recognize this hallway because to the west, you see alcove after alcove after alcove. And one time, after leaving, I guess, should we say the names? Jiro, should we just say it? Leaving
Oh, Jiro,
Jiro's quarters where most of your interrogation happened. Those images of him and his monstrosity were ingrained in your mind. And as the doors would open and close and open and close, you would see a glimpse into this hallway. Those alcoves are just like burned into your memory.
Meaning
his
that I
room-
was tortured at the very end of this hall.
It's one of these doors. It's either of these doors. You remember seeing the alcove when the door opened.
Okay.
There's two doors. On the right-hand side, there's one, and at the very bottom, there's one. So it's one of those two. The alcoves, it's just, again, the angle is hard to figure out, but you know these alcoves. You've seen them before. To the left-hand side on the hallway, there are alcoves, 4 of them.
Okay. I'm going to just kind of pause for a moment. I think stare a little blankly down the hall, and then just grab the keys and go for the door beside me.
Sure.
And I think Bear would probably hear Quentin just mutter under his breath, "One task at a time, Quentin. One task at a time." And we'll open the door, assuming that the keys that I have open this door.
They do. You find the right skeleton key. There's only a handful on there. There's like, I think there's 4 keys.
Okay.
You open test 1 or 2 and you find it. It opens the door. The magical seal, the aura shuts off, and then you open it into what may be the funniest room in D&D. This filthy latrine is merely a deep pit with a few boards across it. The stink is overpowering.
Oh.
It's a stink ward on those doors.
Bear gags a little bit.
Just
Close the door.
close the door.
Your room smelled just as bad, as I recall.
You hear a sound from within the latrine.
Sorry, when you say within the latrine, do you mean in the room or within the latrine?
It sounds like it's coming from the latrine.
Oh,
You hear, yeah, you hear a sound, and it's a woman's voice, and you hear, "Who is it? Who is it?"
I whisper back, Edmund, we need you.
what? Why?
An introduction is
Because he's a good
necessary.
shit talker?
Send him in. He knows how to navigate these things.
Shit?
It might be a shit demon. Be very careful. These things happen.
You are quite shit at many things, so yes, go ahead.
Is it like
Raina keeps
Bob-
going down the hallway.
I shuffle forward and I gag as I get to the latrine and I walk in and I shut the door and I say, "Hello? Hello? Is there anyone in here? Hi. I'm Edmund Brycene, friend to elf and man. Wink."
The voice just says, "Your friend?"
Yes, friend to elf and man. Are you an elf or a human?
This is not a trick, is it?
No, who are you? Please. this
Let
is
me
not a
out.
trick.
I'm stuck behind the wall.
You're stuck behind the wall?
Yes.
Okay. I open the door and I say, They're stuck behind the wall. And then I close the door again.
I press the digitation lavender smell immediately.
Yes, that smells much better.
Febreze.
Yeah.
Febreze. That's a good cantrip against Vecna. Febreze.
Yeah.
I
Sponsored by
start
Febreze.
investigating.
So
I
the
start
voice was
investigating the
coming,
wall.
though, Edmund, from the latrine hole all
Uh-huh.
the way to the right. So to the north.
That's to the north.
So like this
Right.
latrine right here, this specific hole right there.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna peek down into the hall. I say, can you hear me? Are you down there? Is that where you are?
You can see
Hey,
a
who-
small lever within the hole.
I don't know. This feels like a trap.
Help me, she says. Get me out of here.
What is your name? Fair maiden.
My name is Indrina. I've been trapped here by this cult. Get me home.
How loud is
Back
she speaking,
outside.
and do I hear this?
You don't hear it because I keep shutting the door because I want privacy in the bathroom.
Damn it.
And we do know that this has a magical sound seal, so then
Sound end.
none of the
Sound-
horrors from within can escape.
Excuse
I'm
me.
really
Very
glad it's Indrina because I know Bob likes to sick monsters that are like gelatinous, gooey.
Yeah.
I was scared he was gonna send an actual shit monster after
A
us.
poop
Well,
cube.
we don't know.
A poop cube.
Poop cube.
I go back to the door and I peek out and say, they say that they're in Drina and they are trapped behind a wall. There's a lever. I believe it might release them. Rovio,
But
this is who you are seeking, is it not? Come quickly.
Yes. As she hears that, she'll like muscle her way forward. She'll like kind of not like pushing you aside, but she's not like politely like, excuse me, sorry. She's just like moving forward. And
Bear's
opens
like
the door.
thrown violently to the side.
More lavender.
I'll go in there with Edmund.
Yep.
And then
Hey.
Edmund will say, all right, well, I'm going to try this lever. Hopefully it does not release the shit demon. And
It
I'll,
opens a secret
left.
passageway, Edmund. You can open the door there.
Okay. Chunk.
And on the other side of the secret passageway, you can see a woman. She is dressed in similar, like I think Randall, they must have given you some just very plain clothes, drab clothing.
Exactly.
But you can tell that she has an exquisite beauty to her. She is clearly, it's been quite some time since she has probably seen a proper bathhouse. But either way, her sort of manner and her demeanor just screams upper class nobility. And she says, "My savior!" And she like flings herself into your arms, Edmund.
Oh, hello, dear fair maiden. You are Indrina, I suppose.
Yes, the famed actress Indrina Lamson Settle. At your service.
Do
Heard
her
much
looks
about
track
you.
with? Does her like appearance track with what I know her to look like?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No doubt. Exquisite.
Kind
Exquisite beauty. I'll show you some artwork actually.
Just
I will
imagining,
roll my eyes as she throws herself into Edmund's arms.
Now,
just
beauty
imagining
is-
the very heartfelt cut scene of her throwing around like her arms around him, just cutting to the back where there is a shit-stained handprint
That is it.
on the
Yes.
back of her clothes
Yes.
from the arm, from the elbow deep
Yep.
arm that
Yes.
he just went into a latrine.
Edmund's hands are dirty. So she comes out, she throws herself in your arms, and then she looks to the rest of the group. You can see she's even got that like movie star, like beauty mark freckle right on her right cheek. She is
Stink cloud.
not a stink cloud, though it does look like that from the artwork, doesn't it?
Kind of does.
It kind of does. Little Nurgle rot, going on. Again, she's not dressed like this. This is what she would wear were she in her noble attire. Remember, she's an actress, a famed actress. So she's probably easy to spot.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, my heroes. She looks to all of you. Now, let us get out of this place. How did you find me?
No, wait. They're just a bit. We don't need to be running off and we perhaps will escort you out, but
No, we
Please,
must get home. I must get back to my adoring fans.
I'll approach her and I'll introduce myself and ask her, how did you come to be here? I've been tracking you, and I know things weren't good at the end. You seem to be avoiding high society that you normally frequented, but who brought you here?
Who are you? She's a
Clearly
little
one of your
she's a little
fans.
concerned as you approach her so forward. She's like, "You've been following me too?"
Since your disappearance, I was hired to follow you,
Who hired you?
the lord of your town.
She's like taken aback. Never Ember himself?
Your disappearance was noted.
No, I want to go back by myself then. Leave me be. Let me go. Release me.
I'll grab her by the arm.
What are you doing? Unhand me. Help me, brave hero. Edmund Brycene, help me.
Who brought you here, and why are you concerned that Never Ember is looking for you?
It's none of your business. I was kidnapped. That's what happened. Edmund, help me. Unhand me.
I just take a step forward and just say, does it have anything to do with the secret you know about him?
What secret? I know nothing. Leave me
Yes.
be. And she like flicks her hair back. Poop scatters off of it into your eye, Edmund.
Oh,
Your only eye.
so
One
oily.
eye. Ah,
I'm gonna get in closer to her face and say, Lamson Settle, I don't think you understand how dire your situation is right now and how dangerous
No,
this labyrinth is.
I'm leaving right now. I'm getting myself home then. Leave me alone. And she tries to escape your check. Give me a athletics check.
I will. I'm. That's a
Wow,
7.
she beats you.
Her hand is slippery. There's poop on it. She just
Yeah.
slips out.
That's true. The poop hand slips out,
Poop hand.
and she starts to run down the hallway. And she gets here, and she sees the illusion that's still up. So she's like, trying to avoid that. And she's starting to go towards the stairs. But as she gets just past this door, the door barrels open, and 2 Barlguras pop out of it.
Oh my god.
Now I'm going to put them into smaller tokens. They are large, so they're going to have to be squeezing here. This is not good for squeezing creatures, so I'll read the rules to you. But they are squeezing. All right, let's roll initiative. She was very loud.
Came out?
She was very loud. Well, one came out. There's another one behind the door. Technically, I don't think they can fit because they're squeezing. So
Yeah, because they're large. That's a 5 foot. I don't even
Yeah.
know if they could get through the door.
they can get through the door because squeezing is an issue here. But I'm actually gonna. Yeah, let me just move them real quick.
It's so shit on initiative.
So here's the deal with squeezing. So a creature can squeeze through a space that's large enough for a creature one size smaller than it. So it can get into this hallway. Thus, a large creature can be in a hallway that's 5 feet wide. It's even the example they give here. While squeezing through a space, a creature must spend an extra foot for every foot it moves, so double the movement. And it has disadvantage on attack rolls and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage when it's in the smaller space. So you get a lot of bonuses while this giant thing is trying to barrel its way through the hallway. But we have one in the hallway and one out of the hallway. I'm going to do this. Cool thing about Roll20 is you can like stretch the tokens however you want. So I'm going to put that one right here between Aroviel and Lamson Settle. And let's get some combat. Let's do it. Yeah.
She is in the worst sandwich of her life. They're presumptively.
Also, I just want to say, as Andrino was running past Bear and Dobby, Bear just kind of like leaned over to Dobby and went, "Who is that lady?"
Shake my head. Drama.
That is the deepest cutting insult you could have said in her earshot.
Yeah.
Bear doesn't know. He has no idea who
You've
this
heard her
is.
more than any Bargura's fist.
Her ego, at least.
Yeah. She's
Um,
95% ego. Let's be serious.
Okay, so I've got the
Okay.
initiative order here. We've got Dobby at 19, Aroviel at 18, Edmund at 17. Look at that nice, neat order here. And then Bear at 11 and Quentin at 7. Is that correct? Yep.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
good.
Mhm.
So Lamb Sensettle, let's see what she gets. She's actually going ahead of Bear and Quentin.
She better disengage.
All right. She doesn't even know what disengage means.
Unhand me, you fiend.
That's her disengage, yeah.
The idea that NPCs can't use game mechanics because they don't know they're in a game.
We'll see. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Jump into the game. Let's go with Dobby. What do you got for us, Dobby?
All right, let's do it. First, I think I'm going to step back here behind my good friend Bear and do some acrobatic movement adjustments with my hooves that I seem to be grasping getting the hang of. And I will cast an acid arrow at 2nd level,
Very nice.
right towards the creature's seems to be stretched out face. So easy
Go for
target,
it.
it seems.
Yeah, you get advantage on the attack roll because it's
Can
squeezing.
I roll it with advantage in D&D Beyond, or do I have
You
to just roll
can.
it twice?
Hold
But you have to
shift.
toggle that, I believe, somehow.
You hold shift, and it
Hold
should
shift.
go from a
Thank you.
Ah,
shift or
Yep.
control.
Left shift is advantage. Control is disadvantage.
did that work?
Hell yeah, it did.
Yep.
Yeah, it did.
And it's a crit. Yes.
Is
Look
it?
at you.
Hold on, I'm still trying to figure this out.
So it hits, right?
Okay.
And you cast
okay,
it at 2nd level, and it does. The totals are. Oh yeah. Look at that.
Looks like 14 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So so it's 11 total damage, and the crit was 14, so 25.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna
great.
melt its face off with my acid arrow.
Great, and it doesn't seem to be immune to that or resistant to that, so it all goes through. Great. Okay, nice job. Anything else from you? Movement, or are you staying where you are?
You said we have advantage on it, so I don't need to aid
While
or
it's-
anything like that.
While it's in the hallway, yeah. Is-
Um.
Hockey doing anything?
I'm gonna have a Hawkeye actually fly by to kind of keep an eye on things. Can he fly past these? Are they too tall or?
No, I'd say he could. He has flyby, right? So he can
Yeah.
avoid the attack of opportunity. Go ahead.
So I kind of wanted to put him over by the illusionary wall to keep an eye on the staircase and
Sure.
the library room.
I know.
Just make sure.
I know he can't get attacked from attacks of opportunity, but I'd imagine the Barlgrower like tries to grab him, and he's like ducking, and diving, and weaving in and out of attacks,
Did-
and then he finally perches, or well, I think he thinks he might want to perch on the illusory wall, but it doesn't work. So
He tries, but
yeah, and
He'll
we lost
figure it out.
Dasha. I just
Oh.
realized. So
Oh no.
Yeah.
CJ's
yeah.
stuck between two worlds now. Look at this.
Yeah, he is stuck in the middle with you. Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Love it.
You
Nice.
sang it and made it true.
All right, so that's a shame that Aroviel just got killed. We'll jump down to. Oh, it's Dasha. You're up.
Wow, it's weird.
Back.
Literally one hit. You
One
you
hit.
didn't even do that much damage.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Dasha, you're up actually.
Okay, before my Wi-Fi cut out for a second, I was gonna ask if I'm able to move through this enemy's squares.
Technically, you are not because
I'm not, okay.
the enemy takes up the square, whereas
Okay.
Hawkeye was flying above them.
Okay, I see. I'm gonna move back. mm, Am I able to move back through so many allies, or can I only?
You can move through your friends.
I can move through my friends.
Mhm.
I'm gonna move back and get around this corner, and no, I don't have sight then. No, I have sight this way.
You have to
I'm stand-
stand on the latrine, though.
I will stand. I will balance on the latrine, and
Oh.
he will take an opportunity attack, I believe, but those are made with disadvantage because I have escaped the horde.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nice.
And I'll shoot him.
We'll do an attack of opportunity. A 19.
That will hit me.
Okay. It's for 11 piercing damage as a bite catch. Oh, no. With disadvantage. I apologize. I only rolled with... Oh, never mind. 19. So 11
right.
piercing damage.
I will eat that damage, and I will cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
And I will shoot him with my arrow. And this attack is with advantage as well for me, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 29. Let's see if I can crit. I assume the 29 will hit.
Just barely.
Just barely. So that'll be 13 piercing damage, and he's taken damage already, correct?
Correct. And this is magical?
So this is piercing damage from my arrow, and Colossus Slayer, I don't know if it's magical, actually.
Unless your weapon is magical, it would be normal.
It's a +2 longbow.
Then it's going to cut through, yeah.
Amazing. And then I'm going to... I cast Hunter's Mark as well, so that will be an extra d6. So 4 more damage, and I will use my second attack to also shoot at him again.
Sure. You have bloodied the creature.
Amazing. 30 will hit.
Damn.
30 barely hits, yep.
Okay. 13 piercing damage. Nothing else from Colossus Slayer because it's already happened once.
Yep.
And another d6.
Wow.
5 more damage.
Dasha has 5 hit points. You killed it.
Oh, amazing.
The last Hunter's Mark did it. Now,
I thought you were saying he has 5 left.
No,
it's like,
he
weird
had
to
5.
Tell us that.
He had 5. You got it on the number. Now,
Nice.
I
And
think from
reveal
the
killer
position that
game.
you're at, I don't know. Can you see the other Balgura?
I can just barely see the
Okay.
the outline. Yeah,
You can move the Hunter's Mark then.
I will move the Hunter's Mark. Yeah, and
Okay.
if I can speak, I'll yell for Indrina. I'll yell, "Hide around the corner." I want her to go in here and
Okay.
hide.
Dasha, give me a d20 roll.
5.
While you yell this out, you lose your balance a bit, and your foot goes right
fucking knew
between
it.
one of the holes.
Amazing.
You are stuck in a massive amount of poop.
Oh
The
god,
second
it's getting
you
like
said
suctioned
it.
in there.
Ugh.
It lodges in. It's like this suction.
Yeah, this little latrine is made by Dyson.
Sponsored by Dyson.
Sponsored
Yeah.
by Dyson. Edmund's
As
up.
she's yelling, she'll yell at Indrina, and as she's yelling, her foot slips, and you just hear like loud expletives coming from
Yeah.
Iroviel's direction as she finishes her turn and
Sure.
passes it along to the next person.
Sure. Edmund is up.
Edmund is up. Edmund, if she hadn't killed it, well, as she runs past and Edmund goes, "Who's running away now?" And then
Looks back at dead monster.
And then
Look
4
at that.
arrows whizzed a centimeter by Edmund's face.
and then he will run forward to Indrina, and then get to the Balgura in the door and say, "Oh, you're a big one, aren't you?" He will attack.
Oh, God.
So there's one right here as well. Fantastic. He draws his dagger to attack.
Oh man.
27 to hit.
That hits.
Or that's 10 from the dagger, and then I forgot to do sneak attack. Yes. Does she count as adjacent?
Yeah, but
You also have advantage, I think.
Is
no,
this
not
weak?
this one because
Not
it's
that
not
one.
in the room yet. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was squeezing into the doorway.
He didn't get a chance to go yet. His friend was
Oh, okay.
in the hallway, so he can't go yet. But Edmund, I don't think Indrina is actually, I know she is your friend, but she is not even possibly giving you aid. In fact, she doesn't even know if your party is helping her or not, so she's not going to be considered an ally. Sorry. So what's the total?
Okay. Well, it's 10 from the
10. Gotcha.
from that.
And was that from Nildar?
That was from Dearth.
Dearth, got it. Anything else?
I will. Do I swing with Mildar or? I will. I got a bonus action. I'm gonna bonus action something with cunning. Some sort. I gotta do something to. Yeah, I'll attack with Nildar Nildar.
Go for it. So you're kind of like blocking the door then.
Yeah, I'm blocking the door because I'm blocking it for
Okay.
Indrina for her escape.
Gotcha. Okay, go for it.
Nope, that's probably gonna hit with a 12.
Does not hit.
Yep.
Yeah, so you swing wildly with Nildar, but you say something to Indrina, or
I say, quickly, up the stairs. Up the stairs, hide.
Indrina will do so. She will start to go. Actually, before she goes, she'll hear the sound of ghouls start to rise and start to move toward the illusory wall. They'll pause here as they watch it. And Hawkey is like maybe up on a sconce or something like that, looking down at them. And they'll reach up towards him. They can't reach, but they pause here at the wall and try to claw at Hawkey. Meanwhile, you hear voices. And you hear voices, cultists from somewhere in the library are calling out, "What's that? Move! Quick! To positions!"
It's a dance
right.
number.
It's a dance. Indrina sees the ghouls, and I'm going to... Edmund, give me a D20 here. High, she'll listen to you. Low, she's going to do something else.
There we go. Oh, that was a 3. First one.
You rolled twice, a 3?
I rolled twice because I didn't realize that was...
Oh boy. So she sees the ghouls, she sees and hears the cultists. She doesn't know what to do, so she's going to actually disengage and run this way. She does know how to disengage. And she'll run back into the latrine, and she runs right into Erovia. She smashes into you. She's frightened. She clings to you as you're getting poop off your boots.
She gets the other...
Knocking you
the
back
other-
into the
Knocks me
latrine.
into the poop.
Knocks you right back.
Roll
Your
another
left foot.
d20.
Your left foot right in it. No need to roll. It's automatic. You're standing. You are standing
Iroviel,
Yes.
right in it.
Iroviel regrets taking this job.
Yeah, this is power word shit. You don't get a save.
All right, let's see what Bear's got. Bear, your turn.
Okay. Well, I guess let's see. Bear actually is going to. So here's what I'm thinking. Bear wants to grapple this gigantic beast somehow and see if he can like topple it in
Yeah, you
order to
can-
block off the hallway.
You could do that. So
yeah.
go up to it and give me an athletics check.
So what we're gonna do with Bear is actually going to take out a rope from his pack, and he's gonna try and like run around the big guy's ankles like he's an at and just like
Exactly.
yeah, and
That really
try to
old
like
movie?
yes, and try to like tie up his ankles and then like poof, like knock him over.
And
Would you allow that in a turn?
We'll call it the athletics check.
Okay. All right. Cool. So,
Yep.
hey, Edmund. Athletics check. All right. I got a 22 on that one.
Okay. Let's see what the Barogura gets. 19. These titans. Actually, wait. It has advantage because it's tall. It's a size larger than. Wait. Are you small?
I believe so. I'm
Oh,
a
no.
deep gnome. Deep gnomes
Yeah.
are small, no?
It doesn't work. You try, and maybe you can recalculate your decision here. You would do this to something that's human size, or even something that's like a large, medium creature. Medium creature that's just a big, formidable foe. But these creatures are actually so much bigger than you that you can't beat this thing. It's too big. It's like the AT-AT, but you're only Luke Skywalker. You need to use your lightsaber to cut into this thing.
You need a
Would Bear have
A
known
snowspeeder.
this?
Yeah, no, I
He would've
my
known
bad.
this.
It's my fault. I got so caught up in the Star Wars reference. I was
Okay.
yeah.
No worries. All right. I guess if Bear was
How about
already
this,
aware
Michelle?
of that, then
How about this? You get to the position. Your plan was to just like steamroll this thing, and then when you finally got up to it, you're like, it's a little bigger than I thought. So
yeah.
decide what you'd like to do.
Okay. Well, in that case, never mind. The rope is put away, and then we'll just do the good old battle axe attack.
Go for it. You know
Bears
what we'll do though,
trying to-
Michelle? Let's,
What?
because I forgot. Let's keep your roll of an 18. So this battle axe will hit. Okay,
Bless,
look at that.
because
Well,
I
there-
just. Yeah. Okay. I will
you
take
got
the
a
18.
nat 1, but like I said before you rolled it, I said we'll keep the original roll for this attack. So go ahead.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you kindly. All right. Oh, my lord, are you serious? Oh, not bad. Okay. I think so in this scenario, I actually don't think I said that Bear took his shield out. I think the axe is the only thing he has in his hands.
Okay.
So can we count this as a two-hand attack?
Sure. So it's 14 damage.
Yes, sir.
Does that include your rage? You're not raging actually? No, never mind.
No. No.
Okay, got it. 14 doesn't seem to all go through because this damage isn't magical, but
Okay.
but some of it goes through. Yeah,
I forget. Do I get a second attack?
you do. Yep.
Ah, sweet. Well then, better than a 1. Yeah. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
All right. Very
Actually, I
good.
lied to you. It does go through. Interesting.
Okay, and then I guess that's 13. Again, two-handed.
13.
Yes. So total of 27 between the two attacks.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Yeah.
great. The creature is bloodied. We go to Quentin.
Oh, figured it was going to go before me.
It rolled a
Um,
6.
Oh, I actually beat somebody on initiative.
You did.
Okay, let me just measure because what I was gonna do drastically changed. Okay, I can get to there. Seeing that he is bloody, let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna run to there, and I'm going to do an inflict wounds. I'm gonna cast an inflict wounds.
Go for it.
Hopefully this will work. That is a 22.
That connects.
All right. That is, wow, so bad in
Wow.
the damage.
5, 1, 2.
3d10 for 8 damage. He's dead, right? I got him.
He's alive.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
I think that's all I got. Because that's all my movement, and I don't want to do a bonus action anything. So, yeah, that's it.
Okay. The Barlgura is going to spend all of its attacks on Edmund,
Nice.
and it's going to go into its rage, so it's going to hit with advantage on all of its attacks. And the subsequent attacks will have advantage against it. Let's do it. All right. So for the bite, Edmund, a 20.
That'll hit.
12 piercing damage.
I'll do. I'll throw silvery barbs at that bite.
Okay. Does not hit, Edmund. Let's see, it would be a 10.
That'll miss.
Okay,
I
so
think I
that
just look
missed.
up at him and say, "You're ugly," and that's my whole. That's the whole spell.
Fair enough. And who do you want to give advantage to?
Now that I know cultists are coming, I'm going to give it to myself in case
Okay.
I need to make a check of some sort.
Yep, fair enough. Let's go to the fists. Edmund, a 24,
Oy.
25,
That'll hit.
and a 26.
Oh, that one misses.
Oh, okay, so you're going to only take 17 damage.
Okay.
I counted both.
Gotta love the bell curve AC.
Sure, yeah.
There is a fly like right here next to me, and it's killing me. Like I stream down here all the time, and this is like, if I don't get this fly, it's gonna haunt me.
And
Roll for initiative, Bob.
Which of the two was
Probably
the
smells the
most
poop.
damage, Bob?
Say it again.
Which of the two? Because I'm gonna use uncanny dodge on.
In 11, there's an 11 and a 6.
So I'm gonna uncanny dodge the 11. So
Okay.
that's gonna do total of 11.
It actually probably would have worked that way because it rolled a 6 first, so you probably would have been like, and then the 11. So
Fair enough.
okay. Great. The Barlgura is not happy though with itself and is going to actually
should feel
back
bad.
away. So it looks like it's maybe barreling backwards to propel itself forward on another attack. We'll bring it backwards. I would say the walls here are a little tricky for the attack of opportunity. I'm going to give Edmund an attack of opportunity.
I can't.
You don't have daggers out?
I use my reaction to have the damage.
Oh, well then it barrels away to, looks like it's going to propel itself forward for another attack. We go to top of the order though, Dobby.
All right. So I don't think I could see him, right? He's
No.
further in.
Further in.
Okay. If I go close, I'm gonna.
Mhm.
Do I know he's preparing for a barrel attack?
You just saw him leave, so you don't know.
Okay. And what's going on with the skeletons there across the way? Or,
The
are they
ghouls.
zombies? The
They're
ghouls. Yeah.
they're trying to get Hockey, but Hockey's perched atop a sconce.
They're still distracted there.
Well, for the turn, because they don't realize that wall is not there.
All right. Okay. Okay. I might go after them then.
Just imagine the two ghouls having a conversation. Like,
Just
has this wall always been here? I don't remember having a wall here.
swatting at the bird.
They're always
See what I
changing
got.
this place.
Nobody tells me nothing.
You know what I asked them the other day? I said, "Can we get a railing here?" They said we'd lean on it. Ridiculous.
Just put up a wall. We didn't even realize it. They like locked us in this room with a wall.
It's only 5 feet tall.
They built it very hastily.
Go ahead, Dobby. What do you got?
I think I'm gonna throw Oh, first actually I'm gonna move Hockey here to the room inside. See what's
Okay.
going on.
Yep, and
Uh,
Hockey
That's
can
through the
now,
illusory
yeah.
wall.
They'll fly up.
Yeah, they definitely know it's a fake wall.
No, he flies above it.
The wall's only 5 feet, I thought.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's only
yes,
5 feet.
yes.
Oh, it's totally fine.
So you walk in, you fly into the room, and are you seeing through Hockey? Are you using that ability, or are you just letting Hockey go?
I'm not seeing, but we're
Okay.
constantly in communication,
Just so Hockey can,
so
Can
he
see
can
here.
relay what he sees.
yeah, it's a library. It's a library. You can see there's long shelves in this room, and they're at like uneven angles, irregular angles, because of the stones on the floor are causing the bookshelves to like lean a little bit. So some go down, some go up, and vice versa, right? You can see that there are piles of books also on the floor. It looks like they were being reorganized, and there's 4 cultists in this room. They are standing. 2 of them are standing to the north, where you can see a stone coffin resting against the north wall. And 2 other ones were by the bookshelf. So they look like they're alert, and they're alerting the others, and they're about to move.
Okay. I'm gonna yell to the group that there's 4 more cultists on the way. Prepare yourselves.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot a little itty bitty firebolt at one of the ghouls that I could see.
Go for it. I'm
Can
going
I
to
see
give
the
it.
ghouls?
I'm
Alright,
actually going to give it cover here, though, because you can't see most of its body because of the illusory wall.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I don't have to roll anything for that, right? That's just you.
No, you rolled to hit. Firebolt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. You have to roll to hit.
All right, I rolled an 18.
18?
Yep.
Nice. That will hit.
All right, 11 fire damage.
All right, great. On the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's go to Erovial.
Irovial will kind of grab Andrina, pull her behind, and say, "Stay here. Do not move." And she'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Ooh, still can't get vision on the guy I have Hunter's Mark on. I'm just going to stay here then and shoot at the ghouls.
Go for it.
I don't think I should get disadvantage from cover because of sharpshooter, if I'm correct.
Correct.
Cool. So there won't be Hunter's Mark on these guys. 24 hits.
Yep. 24 hits.
All right. 17 piercing damage on
He's dead.
this ghoul. He's dead. All right. I'm going to shoot the second one with my other attack. Once again with the longbow. 26 will hit.
Yes, it will.
15 piercing damage.
Not dead.
And that one has not been damaged yet, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so Colossus Slayer doesn't go through, just 15 piercing. And I'll stay right here.
Great. Let's jump over to Edmund.
Edmund sees the thing like run back, like it's doing like a bull charge,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "It's gonna come! it's gonna charge!" And he like heads over here.
God.
Sees.
The implications of what you just said.
I heard it's fine. Okay. I get it.
Far too
Yes,
much comfort. Far too much comfort with saying that.
There's
Good night,
There's
guys.
a pile
Good
of
stream.
milled
Bye.
wood in the room with the Barlgura from his
No.
uncle.
Milled cherry wood. Nice.
There's milled cherry wood filling the Barlgura's lair.
and I will attack this ghoul.
Was there any sealer in that room?
Yes.
Any-
Yes.
Absolutely
Oh.
busting at the seams with milled cherry wood.
Highly flammable.
And stone sealer. How did you know?
I'm
I'm
gonna.
divine.
Yeah, I will attack this guy. I will throw one of the daggers at him.
Go for it.
Shoot. Oh, crit.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh my
Or-
God.
Yeah,
Wow.
it would have been more if I had,
26 alone does it, but it would have been
Well, it wouldn't have.
58.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, it would have been because it's really only 7 and 4. It's really only 11.
Oh,
the
really?
19 and 28 are sneak attack, and they wouldn't have gone through because
Oh.
by himself. Oh no, Hockey was there.
Hockey was there, yeah.
Hockey was there, so yeah, he would have done. It would have taken 32 damage.
So he took, he
Or
took 58
50
damage just now.
damage, yeah.
Yeah, 58
It
damage.
just exploded.
Yeah.
The dagger just nicks his shoulder and he just implodes. The whole body just
Just
implodes on itself.
As the
just
cultists are
caves in.
running forward, just like, oh, maybe let's go back.
Yeah, the cultists are thoroughly intimidated. They're going to go back to the coffin.
And I will go over there and pick up my dagger.
Okay, and you can see what's going on.
Oh
in this room.
god!
Don't.
Great. Okay, let's go. Keep going here.
That was Quentin, by the way, saying that.
Lam Sensettle goes, and she's going to go down the hallway and run this way.
Told her to stay put.
She
Told her
moved.
to
That's
stay
the
hidden.
torture hallway.
Okay, let's go down to Bear.
Man, we should just put that lady back in the poop.
Yeah.
I should have.
Okay. So this big fella, he's just bleeding in the room.
No, he reared back, and Edmund said he's going to charge.
Oh, right. Yes, that's what he
He's-
said. He's
he's-
going to charge.
He's coming to charge.
Yes. Okay. Well, I guess actually then Bear sees that Edmund took care of the ghouls, assuming that the wall is no longer there. Is that minor illusion wall still there?
It's up to you, Randall. Do you want to keep it or drop it?
At this point, I'll drop it. It's not. Yeah, it's not a help anymore.
Okay. So
Well, it's been a
then-
minute, right? It drops after a minute.
It has not been a
I'm
minute.
assuming. Oh, has not been a minute.
It has not been a minute. Oh, wow.
No,
Must
you
be
you
close
cast
by a
it
black
and then you
hole.
move down the hallway. Oh wait, in Drina's
Hindsight.
hole. Yeah, well, we'll say it's done now. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Well then, yeah. Edmund has taken care of the ghouls that Bear could see before, so Bear believes that there's no more threats over there. So since Dobby's on this side, Bear's also gonna stay on this side of the wall, but have the axe like readied up so that when the beast emerges, Bear is just gonna like immediately start hacking away at his ankles, I guess.
You could attack it. You can go into the room if you'd like. I'm not sure if you want to attack now or you want to wait for it to charge you, but
It would be, well, I imagine that Bear would be nervous about going into the room alone and then potentially leaving Dobby unguarded again, especially because the last time he went into a different room and left Dobby unguarded, Dobby
Fair
took
enough.
like 30 damage.
okay, fair enough. Then we'll wait to do your attack when it procs.
Yes.
Quentin.
The survivor's guilt on Bear. Bear feels guilty for being more than 15 feet away
Yeah.
from Dobby.
Yes,
We have a history, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that's so true.
Strong connection.
That's
So
right.
true.
I think he sees the conflict in your eyes and just looks at you and says, I have a therapist that I will refer you to later. And
Therapist. I wonder what that is. I'll have to ask Dobby later.
you heard me say it.
Dobby will know what that is, I'm sure.
What you got, Quentin?
I am going oh shit, I actually don't really have anything against for the Balgura. I'm actually gonna not go towards the Balgura then. I'm realizing I don't know, I don't have anything. I don't have my ranged
True.
cantrip right now because I don't have my item. I forgot that I don't have my damage cantrip is specifically through my item, so I don't actually have that.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna go the other way. So 5, 10, 15. I'm going to 20, 25, 30. I'm going to go right in front of Edmund. Oh, they lined up. So cute. It's a chorus line.
They're in fireball formation.
Yeah. All right, boys. Get ready.
What you got?
I am going to. Oh God, that's such a big spell to use on such a little cult schmuck. I don't think it's not worth it. It's not worth that. I'm going to just say I'm just going to actually use my action to just do a try to talk things down. Try to talk things down. I know they're cultists. I know it's going to take more than 6 seconds to deprogram them, but I'm hoping I can at least convince them that they can die in a better way.
Sure.
I'm just going to start speaking and just be like, look, I know tensions are high. One of your Balgura is dead. The other is about to run into my friend's axe. Those little librarians also dead. Second time. There are bigger things happening here. I don't think you want to die in this room. I believe you would like to see what's happening in another room. If you want to see that, I think that we should talk before you make a brash action.
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh, not persuasion. All right.
Edmund shakes his head and goes, another one who just wants to talk to them.
Do you have advantage from my thing? It's a 21.
21. Look at that.
Yeah.
The one of the cultists like immediately raises his hands in surrender. The other one says, and he says to the other one, trying to be sneaky about it, but says, "Raise the Balguras."
I just said they're dying.
Anyway, they surrender. All four of them raise their hands.
Good job. Good chaps. All right, we're clear over here.
All right, that's the Balgura will charge now into the room. Your attack goes off, Bear.
17.
You hit.
Oh, sweet.
Just in case
Wow.
we can give Michelle a crit, now that he is squeezing, would she get advantage? Also, he did reckless, so I think she would get advantage anyway.
So you get advantage, Michelle, but just to even cap this off even more perfectly, you did 12 damage, correct?
Yes.
That's exactly how much he has on the money.
Oh.
So Dasha killed the first one with exactly 5, and you killed this one with exactly
Nice.
12.
Clean
so
cut.
satisfying.
Very nice.
No
Yes.
wasted damage.
It's the magic of the green planner, everyone. Take
Wow.
notes.
Okay.
Yeah, get yourself a green planner.
Mhm.
Brought to you by
great.
Moleskin.
This is the way.
I think I saw somebody said that the women in the party are crushing it, and they keep this whole party together, is what I heard. That's what I heard.
We do what we can.
We do it. We do our best. You know,
Mm,
That's what I've
we
heard.
got strong backs.
it ain't much, but it's honest work.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
The combat is over.
Murder?
The cultists surrender.
Right. I'm gonna start talking. I'm gonna start talking to them. If we're out of initiative, that is.
You are out of initiative.
All right.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
start- I'm gonna
Interrogate
go and
those
talk to them.
guys. Do it, Quentin.
I'm gonna say, would all of you mind? Just, I know everyone gets a, just staple dagger when you get in, a little commissioned dagger. Just put that, remove it from the sheath, put it on the ground, and then just, do a little flare of your very fine cult cloaks so that we can see that your waists are empty.
The daggers will come out and clang on the floor.
Do I hear 4 clangs?
You do. Yeah. You see them all.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Look at that. We're getting so much further than we would have if you tried to kill us. Progress. And I'm going to say, I'm just going to turn to the group and say, I believe Indrina did sprint in the other direction. I
She
don't
did.
know where she's going. Just to keep you up to date. That is the hall where I used to be tortured. So, not sure there's much good stuff down there.
Okay. I also when Quentin turns his back on the cultists, I'm just gonna shuffle forward real quick and grab all their daggers off the floor, and then retreat
Sure.
again
Yeah.
with their daggers.
Totally fine.
Am I able to backtrack a little bit and see if I can see Indrina? And if I do, I will transfer Hunter's Mark to her.
Sure.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. You can see her go down, and she's she passes Reyna in the hall, and eventually she goes down to the first door, opens it, and heads in.
Okay.
I have advantage to track her.
Yes.
The rest of us don't really care about Andrina, right?
I don't know that you don't care about her, but you definitely don't.
We're not looking for her specifically.
Yeah.
Edmund will go when Quentin mentions Andrina. He goes, "Oh, right," and then he heads back to try and help Aroviel track her down. He's like,
Okay, go ahead.
Have you got eyes on Indrina? Have you found her? Is she okay? She's
So I see. Yeah,
So she-
you can go ahead.
I don't know if she's okay now. She just went into one of the alleged torture chamber doors, but I'm tracking her.
Reyna's just about at that door right now.
should we pursue?
Should we split the party?
Go for it.
Honestly,
I don't think that's
Irovia
ever
would.
happened.
She would. She
Go for
would.
it.
This
Move
is
your
her
token.
target. She'll move down this hallway.
You push past Reyna.
Yeah.
Okay. Move your tokens. Edmund and Aroviel go down. In this room up top, we'll do the split here. So up top in the library still, Dobby and Bear, you enter into the long library. You see the coffin that I described at the top, and you can also see the books and shelves and things like that here. What do you do?
I'd like to take a closer look at the books and the shelves. You said they were crooked.
Yeah, that's because the
slanted,
floor is
maybe?
uneven. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to inspect the bookshelf.
Yeah, you can see that it give me everybody in this room, give me your passive perceptions real quick.
Well,
10.
Okay.
10.
As you inspect the bookshelves and you get closer to the cultists, you can see one of the cultists seems to like slide a book that's on the floor. Remember I said there were a few books on the floor? Slide a book not so carefully, like it's pretty obvious what he's doing. Slides it with like his foot as he's on his knee, like behind him to obscure it from you.
excuse me, do you have something to share with the class?
He kind of sneers at you and he goes, "Nothing to share with you."
Bear
What about
pulls out
him?
his. Sorry.
I'm pointing at you.
Oh. Bear pulls out his rope again, and he kind of steps towards them. I think you should all have a seat.
They all sit down.
And Bear will busy himself tying their hands to each other, like they're back to back, and he ties their hands together.
Classic.
You read my mind.
I
Classic.
was
got
like,
you.
please, I know you have a rope. Please make a daisy chain of cultists.
Dobby, you see the book now that he was trying to obscure. This cultist, it's a rather large tome, and as you look through it, it doesn't have any title or anything written on the spine either. It's kind of like a moleskin notebook. Green.
Is it green by any
It is
chance?
Is it green?
Yep, it's green. And the only symbol on it is a hand with an eyeball in the palm. And when you open it up, you can see items being described. Two of note that seems like they are important are the eye and hand of someone named Vecna. It's a masterpiece of writing and artistic illustration here. You can choose to do what you will with it. You want to include it into your inventory?
Yeah, definitely. Vecna's definitely a person or thing of interest to me. So the more I
Okay.
can learn about them, the better.
You take
So
the
I'll
book.
definitely keep it.
You take the book. You also find a slew of spell scrolls that look like they are being organized. You find a scroll of greater invisibility, a spell scroll of major image, and you find a couple of other books that pop out to you. One of book of poetry called Quite Good Verse. It's a gold-plated cover and would be worth a decent amount of gold if you were to sell it. The other is a book of Neverwinter's history.
I will take both books.
Okay, the spell scrolls too, or no?
Yeah. What
Okay.
What were the two spell scrolls?
Greater invisibility and major image.
All right.
All right. Okay. The cultists sit down. They are not happy. Let's jump down to CJ and Dasha. The two of you get down the hallway, and you finally see Indrina. She's in a room. She looks like she's trying to find a weapon or something. She's searching. When you enter the room, she picks up like a quill out of like an ink pot, and she like threatens you with it. Don't you come any closer.
I'll step into the room
Mhm.
and
This-
ask, kind of motion for Edmund to do the same.
Sure. Let me describe this room to you because it's quite unique compared to the rest of the rooms you've seen. This is a pretty large quarter. You can see it's furnished to resemble a cozy bedroom and study. Stooped over a desk, you can see Indrina. She's grabbed that quill out of the the pot. There's parchment though, all over the paper. Parchment all over the table. And this whole room just screams more like this is somebody's permanent quarters. It's not like cultists that would just be like in a cot or somewhere.
I'll
Don't come closer. Don't you dare.
I'll close the door behind us so we're not making any noise, and I'll put my longbow away and I'll hold my hands up. We just need to speak with you.
We're here to help. We're not your enemies.
You can, I would say at this point too, you can actually before you even closed the door, maybe when you got down here, I should have probably described this. You heard chanting coming from behind the door to the south.
With that, knowing that, I'll have maybe more sense of urgency in my voice. I will take another step over, not close to her, but just so I'm standing directly in front of her. And I'll say, that's right, we are here to help you. But you need to help us first. You know that this is not a safe place. You need to tell us everything you know if you want to get out of here alive. Why were you brought here? Who took you?
I don't
And
know,
why-
she says.
What do you remember?
I saw people watching me. Of course, I have fans watch me all the time, but this was different. The same few faces. I could recognize them. They were watching me, but from a distance. I was scared. I told people to... I told my friends to hide that I needed hired guards. Even with some escorts around town, I still didn't feel safe. So, naturally, I stayed home quite a bit. But my work took me to the theater. And one night, on my way home, I was attacked. My escorts were killed, and I was taken. I don't know how I got here. Really, I don't even really know where I am.
I have another important question for you. Why did you look so scared when I mentioned Lord Neverember?
It doesn't matter.
But it does, and I'll take another step closer at this point. You need to tell me what you know. He hired me, but I want to do what is right.
Give me a persuasion check. Or is this intimidation? I don't know.
I'm gonna
Randall
say
wanted intimidation before, so...
I'm gonna say it's persuasion. I feel like normally Iroviel would do intimidation, but at this point, like, she feels there's something shifty. She needs to get this information. That is a 5.
She says, I can't. If I do, he'll kill me.
I'll look over at Edmund for some help persuading.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
She seems to respond a little better to you. She thinks you're her hero. Go for
My
it.
hero.
yeah.
Save me,
Go on,
Edmund.
Percy. Listen, we're all here to help and try and understand what is going on, and we're just looking for answers. We don't know what these cultists are looking for, why they even brought you here, and any information you can possibly provide us would be incredibly helpful in stopping whatever nefarious deeds they are trying to do. Now,
She says, will you let me leave?
we will let you leave. Absolutely. We are here to save you, to help you, to get you out of here safely. Isn't that right, Erovia?
You said
Yes.
you'll do whatever it takes?
Whatever it takes.
Will you get me safe passage out of Neverwinter?
As best we can.
If
I
you
need it
tell us
guaranteed. I need it guaranteed. And she's super serious. She'll come over to you and like grab your shirt by the collar. She'll pull you close. I need to be safe and get out of here without
I
Lord
have-
Neverember knowing.
I have friends up north. They should be able to assist you in getting out of here.
why. They could use some entertainment up north.
I hear they have a
Some
great
theater
bard
personalities.
up there, so no need.
No, he is a great bard, and I know him very well, but there's always need for more entertainment in the area. The 10 towns, there are 10 of them. He can't be in all of them at once.
Oh, I'm not going to Icewind Dale. She realizes what you're talking about. No. No.
Oh.
No.
Do you want safety and anonymity or not?
She gets a little concerned here, and she's like, fine, you promised me safe passage to the 10 towns.
If you tell us what your issue is with Lord Neverember.
I
Give us
don't want to
any-
tell you... I don't want to tell you every specific detail, but I know that Lord Neverember is not the true heir to Neverwinter. And I have proof. Let's leave it at that.
That is the secret that this cult, I believe, was trying to look for.
I don't know what
What is-
they want from me. They never asked me about anything like that. I just want to go home. I haven't had a bath in what feels like years. How long have I been gone?
I looked at Aroviel.
It's been
I
like
think it's
less
been-
than a month.
A couple weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks or so. Yeah.
Did they torture you?
Absolutely. You saw the place I was in. Every day was torture.
Yes, but did they interrogate you? Try to get any information out of you? You
Not
said they
quite,
didn't question you
no.
about.
No, I mean, they gave me terrible food. Dreadful.
In-
Absolutely dreadful.
In any of your time here, did you happen to run into Eldon Keyword? Did the name Eldon ever come up?
I don't know who that is. I'm
I'm-
sorry. Do you hear that chanting?
And I perk my ear up and I say, it does sound like it is continuing. We heard it earlier. Do you know of the chanting? Do you know what it might be? Have you heard this chanting before?
She shrugs. No, I've never heard it, but it's giving me chills.
Seems they may be hastening their ritual. We may need to gather the others and move quickly to stop
But-
whatever evil they are performing.
But for your safety, Andrino, we will get you out of here, but you must stick with us.
Okay.
Don't run away again.
Okay.
Do I have your word?
You have
She'll
my
like,
word.
put out her hand to shake.
She hands you her poop hand.
I also have a poop hand, so at this point it's
Okay.
all the same.
Edmund puts his poop hand in.
Go team!
Poop.
All right, so back up to the library. The three of you have the cultists tied, bound. Weapons are taken from them. You've taken the books of note. Is there anything else you want to do up here, or do you want to head down towards the group?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Because you have the books.
I was gonna say, I think it's time, or we should have been interrogating these four to find where this ritual is taking place.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
That is a very good point, Dobby. We have been just standing here. I mean, I've been talking about all the fingernails that were pulled off in my torture. That, yes.
I lose myself. In
I
my
imagine
books,
that all of the
so-
prisoners went through the same level of torture, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
so it was quite a lot.
Indrina had no such torture.
I'm gonna look at each of the cultists, just as like Dobby has now like tied them all up, and I'm just gonna say, "All right, well, what's the chant?"
They don't say anything.
Please, I beg of you, do not make me make you. It is exhaustive for both of us. It will hurt. It will drain me of all of my patience. Just fucking say it.
The
What
one who's like
is the chant?
the leader looks up at you and goes, "Do you think we know? We'd be in there if we did."
Insight check.
Go for it.
Bear will also silently pull out his axe during this exchange.
23.
I give Bear the nod to make an example out of one of them.
Oh no!
You get the idea that this guy's embarrassed, and yes, he's perhaps feels a little left out of this cult.
And then Bear immediately decapitates him.
I don't think Bear does that, does he?
Anyone else feeling left out?
No, Bear will wait for the signal. Clearly, Quentin, because now Bear trusts Quentin, and Dobby is Dobby.
Oh, that's-
So Bear would wait for the signal from either one of them to do some decapitating or toe
Sure.
chopping or kneecap breaking, whatever.
I love the hierarchy of Dobby and then all who help Dobby and
Yes.
everyone else.
That's how it works
Exactly.
with Bear.
You understand.
I'm gonna look at him and just be like, I just want to make sure. Are you telling me that you four are the nerds of the cult?
They're in the library, dude.
Looks around. What's in the coffin? Please tell me you at least know that.
You can look, actually. The coffin is open.
It's their minis and dice sets.
Yes, sir. This is
We
D&D night.
interrupted them playing a game of D&D. All of them are playing the heads of the cult, though. Like, that's their fantasy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Um,
The coffin is not open, but the coffin does have a placard on top. It says the name Aaron Griffinstone.
Does that name sound? Do I recognize that at
Can
all?
you give me a history check?
Fucked up, Aaron.
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 It's an
Is there a Jay Quillen here?
Jake Quellen?
Let's
That's
see
an
here.
That'd be nice.
No, it's a noble in Neverwinter's history, but you don't know much about it.
I'm gonna is there anything inside the coffin?
The remains of Aaron Griffinstone.
What's the import of Aaron Griffinstone?
He says this library was dedicated to him.
All right. And what was it that you were looking for in those books?
We were organizing the library. The ghouls were
Fuck's sake.
assisting.
You have the same job as the ghouls.
They were assisting. We were in charge.
Oh, are you proud of that? Is that your merit badge? In
Kill
charge
us.
of the ghouls?
Kill us. Make it quicker. The other three are like, no.
We'll look at the other three. Like, does this one? What's your name? Dean? What's your name?
He's like, he does
You look
not
like a
speak
dean
for
to
us.
me.
Yeah. No, does not speak for us. The other cultists are like, no, please let us go. Let us go.
I say we lock them in the poop room on our way down to the other team members.
How about this? How about we bring them, and maybe they will finally get to see their ritual completed.
It's up to you. You tell them what to do. I mean, they're bound. And
Oh, I'm not asking them. I'm saying that to Darby.
crew.
Yeah.
What do you want, crew?
They are
We can bring them.
beautifully daisy chained.
We could bring them.
Okay.
All right.
So when Bear hears this, he like excitedly gets his lengths of rope ready, and basically he's gonna. All their hands are tied behind their backs. He's also gonna like tie rope around their necks and then like tie the neck ropes together so they're all like not nooses, but they're just like connected with basically like collars to each other.
Sure.
And then he's also gonna tie their feet, but just like the rope
chain gang.
basically gives them like
Yeah.
6 to 8 inches, so they can only take very small shuffling steps.
Right. You
Oh,
made a
it's
chain.
Really into tying people up.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
How many Shibari classes is Bear taking?
Enough, my friend. Enough.
I think Clement's just watching this and just in awe, just like, yeah. What?
I'm just gonna
Alright.
move everybody because it's
Bear.
gonna be hard to
Bear
move
has
all the
lived
tokens.
a whole
But
life before this.
yes. Bear's into a
All
lot of
Quentin
weird
knows
stuff.
about Bear is that they love Dobby.
Mhm.
And now you know. Okay, so I moved you just to expedite things, but I'm moving you down the hallway towards your friends. You can see
As-
them in this room. Yep.
As we just walked past, could I just ask the cultists what's in the other two doors that we didn't open?
An empty cell. One of them, they say an empty cell, and you do notice that one of those doors had runes on it, but they were deactivated.
Okay.
The other one said that was a burial chamber. We don't go in there.
Why don't you go in there?
There's no use. There's no use for that room.
Can I do another insight check? on
Sure.
that? 22.
You might get the sense that he wants you to go in that room.
I just kind of lean in. I do appreciate the good try. Do know. And I just give him a little, like, very condescending slap on the face.
Yeah, the little reverse psychology of his did not work. You saw through that facade.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
he's laying it on a bit thick.
Yeah.
All right. I will open the empty cell, specifically,
Sure.
but not the other.
It is that. It is empty, and
Okay.
you can see blankets as well as pillow or whatever would be on the cot, maybe a set of clothes, and they look like they are folded, neatly organized, like this cell has been emptied.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll continue down,
Okay.
meeting up with our allies at the door of the dungeon.
At the end of the hallway, where the door that leads to the chanting is, you can see Reyna just kind of like finally making her way down to the end, and so she's now about to turn around, and now the passageway is blocked. She can't really get past anybody, so she's kind of stuck down there. I put Dobby and Quentin in the front, Bear in the back, but the cultists are wedged between. Edmund, you see the party coming with the 4 cultists bound, yeah. What do you all do? You're reunited. Go ahead.
Why are you bringing the cultists with you? They probably want to get to the chamber where they're doing the chanting.
They very specifically do, but they also have no idea what's in there. And I thought maybe having a bit of chaos might possibly help us.
If whatever's in there, though, they're working with, they're going to just be more people for us to have to kill.
Well, yes, but they are also very thoroughly tied and have no weapons and don't actually know what's happening.
Fair enough. I suppose
Why
we'll
are
just
you
make
guys?
very good human shields.
Does Indrina have
Exactly.
any reaction to these cultists?
No, I mean, she maybe just, like I said, maybe sneers at them, but she doesn't do anything other than just look on like you do.
Okay.
Noticing Indrina, Bear's like, why are you guys chasing Poop Lady around?
She has promised to behave herself and not run away again in return for some help getting out of town.
Erovia
Right.
has promised to split the bounty in assisting to capture her.
I like the sound of bounty. Got it.
I look at them. You guys
That
are
is
getting paid
not
to
true.
be here?
That is not true.
Dobby's like, you guys are getting paid?
I do love that Edmund, like, after like being like, oh, I need to get out of here, in like we're in like the Chicago of this world, and Edmund's immediate solution is like, so I have a connection in Greenland.
Yeah, really. Yes. In Nova Scotia, there's this
Yeah.
awesome place.
Know somebody.
You will be great there. They're gonna
Great
love
theater
you.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, great theater
Small
scene.
local
they just,
community theater.
Yeah, they just built their first theater.
Yeah. How do you feel about knucklehead trout? Because you're gonna eat a lot of it.
It's all they have.
All right.
Is Reyna? I know she's in full regalia. Is she actually in a mask?
No. The
Oh,
cultist token. I know it's a little deceptive.
I know
The
it's like
cultist
like the
token,
dragon cult mask.
Yeah, it's technically the dragon cult.
Yeah.
Mask, yeah.
All right, then yeah, never mind. If she just starts going past, I'll just kind of let her go past.
Okay. She'll start to move. Yeah. The door you can hear now. I know, Dobby, you're closest to it, so I'm just going to move you. As you get closer to the door, you can hear the sound of the chanting coming from beyond. It doesn't sound like words. It definitely sounds more like just sounds. But you also now hear, as you, again, press your ear to the door, the sound of a humanoid, perhaps human, you're not quite sure, speaking in common, saying, "Please, let me out. Please, I'll do anything. Don't hurt me, please."
Do I recognize the voice?
You don't, but
You are?
Edmund, you do.
Oh, Edmund does.
Edmund, this is your cousin.
Eldon. Cousin Eldon. Is that you, Eldon?
I mean,
Where's
this
the
is
voice coming from?
coming from inside the room.
There's a door. There's a door.
you also hear chanting, and it's a loud chant. This is like, I mean, there's many people in this room. You can tell. The cries come over or in between when the chants kind of subdue themselves.
We must get to Eldon. We must save him. Quickly. Get in there.
Yes. How about we have our cult friends lead the show?
Okay, so we all have to do like this weird like shuffle thing through the hallway.
Yep.
Pardon
Watch
me,
your hands.
Excuse me.
Yep,
Pardon me.
But back. Okay. Yep.
Oh
Okay,
God, why are you
can
covered
go.
in poop?
Yep. I
Oh, there
wipe
you are
my
too.
hands on their robes.
Giving each of them a supportive clap on the back.
You got this, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah, doing
Maybe a
the
comforting
soccer
rub.
game
Yeah.
high five.
A nice little rub. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. I'll just like tell them open the door, be silent as you enter.
Pretend like you're supposed to be there. Act
I'll
natural.
take a slight step back as they go.
Okay, we'll have the one of them go up to the front first. I guess they're tied,
Well-
so whatever.
They're all tied together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there they go. All right, you open the door, or one of them at least opens the door, and inside you see a horrifying sight. This enormous room features raised galleries at the east and west ends. 6 chanting figures ring the east gallery, their hands raised towards a spherical cage hanging from a 30-foot-tall ceiling. The ritual's leader chants from the west balcony. You can even see the token there. Surrounded by hunched, one-eyed creatures with knobby hides, a terrified
Fuckers.
elf struggles in that dangling spherical cage. So I'm just going to say, everybody, can you just move your tokens in just so you can see what I described and the viewers can see? Okay, good. Thank you, Randall. So you can see these galleries are about 10 feet up. The stairs lead down to the middle section. 30 feet high in the air is a spherical like cage, and inside is your cousin, Edmund, Eldon Keyword. I do have art for Eldon, and I just kind of feel bad for Eldon. You tell me, is this a family thing? I mean, the art doesn't do him any favors here. You tell me, Edmund, is this a family look?
No, that's his. More. It's very much on my mother's side, kind of thing. We're like, I know we're cousins, but it's like we're like 5th cousins, thrice removed. It's more.
You barely know him.
Barely know him, but my family was very interested in making sure that I was able to find him. They knew I was very good at finding and adventuring, so
There
they
we
sent me
go.
after him. But it's my mother's sister's nephew's cousin's uncle's former roommate's stepson.
Poor Eldon. The art does not do him justice, I guess. But
He-
anyway,
He
when he
kind of
sees,
looks like if Seymour from Little Shop was cosplaying as a pirate.
with elf ears, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Eldon is in this like spherical cage hanging 30 feet up in the air, and you can tell that there's something going on because the cage is starting to glow. You can see magic, kind of like the dust of magical aura, kind of emanating from the cultists that are chanting, as well as the cult leader that's up on the west balcony. Now, you'll pile in as the cultists come in, and Quentin, you'll see also to the center of the chamber is Jero with his personal Nothic Masundran, and he'll spot you right away when you come in, but we'll wait till you walk in. But the cultists come in first, and they don't alarm anybody, but Jero starts to walk towards them. You're not supposed to be in here. You're not permitted here. This guy looks like, I think, like, what's his name? Tatsu from the Ninja Turtles. If he had I guess a more French name. Let's see. I have artwork for him, too.
Oh, so this is Jero, not this.
Correct. So, no, Jero is not the one chanting.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
This is Jero. All right. He's, looks friendly. This looks like it might even be like a little microphone karaoke night on his belt.
It's like very microphone.
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean,
so
almost all of those skulls aren't human, so it's really just like
it's like
he's
ferret-
really just pandering to
It's a-
necromancy.
Okay, so what do you want to do, everybody? What's the plan? The cultists walk in first. They pile in, and people can see that they're bound. So this alerts Jiro. What do you all do?
Sure.
I mean, I guess who would have gone first? It sounds like Edmund was very eager. Would Edmund have gone in first?
Edmund, put yourself right in the front, kind of where Quentin's token is.
So I'll go right behind Edmund then.
Yeah, I am where Quentin's token is.
Oh, you are there. Never mind. Okay, and then let's just move everybody else down the line here, and just so you can get a little closer. Okay, so do you want to roll initiative? I think this is probably good for initiative because Jiro will be on alert once he sees the bound cultists. After this moment, you can all see what's going on. Edmund comes in. We'll roll initiative. Go for it.
He sees
Also-
the Nothics.
Just
Michelle?
small difference. Can Bear be in front of Dobby?
Please do it. Yeah.
Yeah, Bear would have purposefully stepped up in front. Of
Yeah, no
Dobby.
problem. Okay,
There you go.
let's do it. Call out your numbers, please.
21. I actually rolled well on.
17.
17 for Edmund, Quentin 21,
11 for Dobby.
11 for Dobby,
13 for Bear.
13 for Bear. Erovio,
Dropped out for a second.
is she here?
I think
I think we lost
Here.
Tasha for a moment. Yeah.
her
Nope, she's
screen
here.
is yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do it. We'll do it live. Let's do it. So, Quentin, you go first.
Okay. Do I recognize the person who is chanting?
You have never seen this person before. Jiro's kind of been your personal guide to the chambers down here, but she is a tiefling woman, I believe.
Okay. And how high up is the sphere?
30 feet.
30 feet. Shit. Okay.
But
I'm
she's
just
the
gonna
one
move-
leading the chant.
Gotcha. I'm going to just move my token to right there, just so I can see.
Mhm.
Just because I need to measure something real quick. Ay, ay, ay. I'd have to move a lot. Okay. She's standing or hovering?
She's
I know.
standing on that
Standing.
balcony there. Yep. Mhm.
Okay. I am, since I'm right behind Edmund, I'm going to throw a relatively big spell.
Go for it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a big spell. I'm going to throw a. You know what? No, I'm gonna take a big swing. I'm going to use my bonus action to unsettling words her.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to cast Dominate Person.
Okay.
So she needs to make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 17,
Okay.
and it's going to be minus a
your
roll
D10?
of a D10.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Minus your D10.
So
Roll
I'll
the D10.
the D10. It's going to be minus 5.
And you said it was wisdom.
Wisdom save, yeah.
Wow. She rolled a 20, so minus 5 is 15. That fails, right?
That fails.
That's huge because that was a 20. Huge.
I'm going to, I cast Dominate Person. I don't know how you want to rule it. Can I make her do anything immediately?
Why wouldn't you? Isn't Dominate Person do that?
Yes, I just mean like, can I because I know like I can like control her on her turn, but I don't know if I can if you'll let me have her do something like basically stop doing the chant.
Yeah,
Essentially.
you can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to have her stop chanting and drop concentration on any spell that she is concentrating on.
Okay. Well, everybody's on alert. The cultists that are here, the 6 that are chanting on the east end, They don't stop what they're doing. Dro yells out to the other cultists and to the Nothics to stop them, and points to the others, keep chanting, and then he gonna jump into combat. You cast your spell. You dominate her. And Dro's like, no, continue the spell. And the tiefling just stops. She stops to chant. You can see the magic energy that was swirling around, the dust of magic that was swirling around, heading towards that cylinder or the sphere in the center of the room. Eldon is confused. He sees the magic kind of drop away. Edmund, is that you?
Yes, Eldon, it is I, Edmund Brycene, friend to elf and man. Wink.
You say that to your own relative, really?
I want everyone else to know who was here to kill them.
So this is what
And he
happens.
points to all of the other cultists.
As you point, you can see that the magical energy that was siphoning out of the cultists, out of this the tiefling leader, it all starts to fade away, and then the ground begins to tremble. The walls around you begin to almost waver, but not in a physical sense, almost like they're starting to disappear. And as you realize you've disrupted this ritual, the air around begins to swirl like this chaotic energy. And for a brief moment, everything seems to fade away. I have a couple other things to do here, but here's what happens. All right, all of you, you are no longer here. You're no longer here. Around the world and across the plains, you start to fly. And this is all of you. You don't see the others, but you're all doing this. You can see behind you this swirling purple, pink miasma. You don't see stars, you don't see anything. You're just in this void. You can see people that you know now flash by you. I would say probably Bear, Dobby, you see your friends from your guild, Yagnir, Azula, and so on, right? They begin to flash by your eyes. Edmund, you see your friends, Flair, Elias, and I shouldn't say just friends, even Rogal. Quentin, you see Boomy and Rowan, Siggy, your wife, all fly by you. And then you start to see, Rovio, you see nobody. Just kidding. You have friends as well. You see your friends, like the friends Pete and even some that you don't know if you're really quite friends with, Hex, Colgath, Weir, and the rest of them fly by as well. And now you start to see some of the people that you've met along this journey. You see Indrina and that secret that she told you. You now see her confronting Neverwinter, and that secret comes out that she knows who Neverember is. All these visions fade. But again, more and more people from your lives, people that you've met, secrets start to fly like threads weaving into the purple miasma behind you. And then suddenly, you're flung through this kaleidoscope of swirling colors. You feel weightless, tumbling through space and what seems like maybe even time as the boundaries between worlds begin to dissolve. You see stars streak past in the distance, fleeting glimpses of other realms before your eyes. Eventually, though, you fall asleep. You are no longer in the Neverember or Neverwinter catacombs. You wake up. All 5 of you wake up. You are in a coffin. You panic. You push on the coffin. You claw your way out of this wooden confinement. And dirt piles in. Eventually, you climb your way out. You're in the graveyard again. But something is horribly wrong. The entire night sky is fiery, filled with smoke. You look out around you, and there are now hundreds of undead, skeletons, zombies, all patrolling around in this never-death graveyard. You see your friends. You come up each from different tombstones, different burial sites. You see each other and kind of motion to get out of here. You get past the cemetery gates, and you look out into the sky of Neverwinter. It is very different. In fact, I do have some artwork here. Let me show it to you. But it almost looks as though the rivers that you had were pools of lava. The sky, like I said, fiery, filled with smoke. You can see creatures of the night, monsters roaming the streets. This dark and twisted version of Neverwinter is before you. The streets are familiar, like I said, but yet distorted, corrupted. You are staring at a version of Neverwinter that is in the Shadowfell. And here's the artwork for it. Actually, of course, it never wants to show me what I want to show you, so can't find it. But either way, that is going to end our session here. Where is this group? What's going on? And who's with you? That's a good question, CJ. Eldon is there as well, and so is Indrina. So the NPCs you came along with are there. Who's not with you? Giraud, or the cultists, or the Nothics, or anybody else that was in that room that was part of the cult of Vecna. They are not with you, but everybody else that you came along with is there. And this is where we're going to end the first... Well, no, it's not the first part. We're going to end this section here. We'll come back next week, and we will be figuring out where exactly this place is. What are your thoughts, everybody? Thoughts so far on this adventure? We're kind of closing in on the end of Chapter 1.
Edmund was really, like, seeing all of the Nothics, major flashbacks, huge, like, oh no, this again. Which one of these is Velen? How do I kill her? How did she get here with all these other Velens?
Velens.
So,
Similarly, Iroviel, as soon as she crawls out of the grave in the cemetery and she sees just swarms of undead and a fiery sky, she's got Avernus flashbacks immediately.
And I bet Dobby and Bear actually probably feel some connection because this is how they got to another part of the Shadowfell in one of our Book of the Raven adventures. You had to go through a grave site, so this doesn't necessarily it's not surprising to you. But this is a picture of this place, and when you look at it, it looks like Neverwinter, but something has gone terribly wrong here. So you are...
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
When we're flying through this light thing and people that we knew are flashing by, and I saw all my friends from the Avernus adventure, was Dobby included in that group of friends, and which form would I have seen him in if he was?
Interesting. That's a great question. I would say if you saw Dobby, you saw him as he is now. In tiefling form.
So then she's going to make that connection as soon as she crawls out of the grave. She's staring at Dobby. Her eyes are wide.
I think this is going to be this will be the moment of realization for you. Yeah. The only other thing that I'll say before we close out this stream here is that in this final moment where you're looking out at the sky, this Neverwinter that's upside down, this turned upside down sort of Neverwinter, this opposite Neverwinter, is that in the back of your mind, you felt a presence sort of like probing each of you. And I would say the last vision before waking up would have been that of a skeletal body, some creature that you automatically know their name is Vecna. Based on everything you've learned, everything you've seen so far, the name just kind of you know this inherently. This creature is in that place, that purple pink realm, sitting there, cross-legged, floating in the sky, and it's one eye looking at each of you. And that's where we'll pause it for tonight. So thank you everybody for watching. This has
My
been
one eye was looking right back in.
yeah, you could match your one eyes. This has been a wild one. You have interrupted this very important ritual, and now you're somewhere else.
Oops.
Well, yeah, oops. Yeah,
Great job, Quentin.
great
Great
job. They're in the upside down, as Greyhawk Exile says. Yeah, this has been a wild one. We'll come back in 1 week to finish Chapter 1 and see exactly what's going on with Vecna and who this creature really is. And how are you going to get home? Oh my goodness. There's so much up in the air. But we'll see you all in 1 week. Thank you for watching with us. As always, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and also leave a comment down below. Really keep the engagement up. Check Discord and links down below to everything in the description. We'll see you all on the tabletop. Have a great night.
Night, everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.